Okay, so these are the important questions that you might run into where a judge is asking the Social Security Disability Insurance hearing question slowly. These same questions can be heard at a supplemental security income hearing. Many will go to the hearing where you're applying for both SSI, supplemental security income, and also Social Security Disability Insurance at the same time. We call that a concurrent filing, and you've made it all the way to the hearing. And all of a sudden, these are potential claim killer questions that you could be facing in front of a Social Security disability judge. Let's just get into this real quick so you understand basically what they are. And I just want to read to you first. This is part 2 video. Part 1 had the following questions. All right, so number 1, why didn't you go to the emergency room when that happened to you? Okay, so you claim that you basically had a medical problem and you didn't go to the emergency room. Number 2, you had a gap in unreported earnings, right? So basically, you didn't report earnings. And your medical record states that you were working during that time period due to an injury. You got injured, you went to the hospital, and as a result of being in the hospital, they asked you what happened. You told them you were working, and you hadn't been working on the record, which means that the IRS didn't know you were working, but the hospital did. Number 3, who did you share your medication with? So that's an interesting question because somewhere in the record, it shows that you basically were giving your medication or selling your medication to someone else. Number 4, when was the last time you used narcotics? Right? The record could have something more recent than what you remember because the doctor who did a narcotic test on you could have just copy and pasted that over and over and over and caused you a heck of a big problem in that hearing. Number 5, why do you have 2 mailing addresses, but you live at neither address as a homeless person? That one's self-explanatory. That one's you're in a hole. You got to now dig a little trench to get yourself out, a little ramp, if you will, to get yourself out. Here are part 2 questions. Part 2 is questions about disability judges or SSI disability judges that will ask these questions slowly. Why do you have 2 cars registered in your name, but you claim that you aren't able to step into a vehicle? Let me read it to you again. Why do you have 2 cars registered in your name, but you claim that you aren't able to step into any vehicle? So start thinking. Think, where did you state that you can't enter a vehicle or step over a single step or a single curb? Think, did you have surgery and then you got a bit better during the recovery and you originally made the statement directly after surgery? Think about it. Who is using these cars when you aren't supposed to be using them? Think, why haven't they been sold or registered with someone else? Right? Somebody else should probably own them if you're not able to use them. Why are you the one financially upkeeping them? Also, a follow-up question about this could include, since you are unable to step into a vehicle, how are you able to make it to your monthly PCP medical examinations, like your general doctor? Cars are out if you can't step over a curb. Buses are out. Trucks are out. You can't step into them, right? Ubers are out. So then how do you actually make it to that medical appointment? That could be a tricky follow-up question. Now, question number 2. Thank you for coming to the hearing today. I noticed you have some gray paint on your clothing. Were you doing some sort of upkeep with the gray paint? Okay, this happened in one of my hearings one time. The claimant had basically paint. It wasn't gray. I switched the facts up, but they had paint on them. Okay, let's see what we got. Notice how the question is open, right? It's not just your house. It's anyone's house or anything that might have needed gray house paint, okay? So again, notice how the question is open. I noticed there's gray paint on your sweatshirt. I noticed there's gray paint on your pants. I noticed there's gray paint on your shirt. Now, they're going to see this if you walk into a hearing, if it's video telephonic, but if it's just telephone, right? If it's not a video teleconference kind of thing, it's just telephonic, they're never going to see this, okay? That's another advantage to that. Keep in mind, this could be a piece of clothing you got from a shelter or it was a hand-me-down. It could be something that you borrowed from someone else. It could be something, that was used as a rag and washed. But be careful with this situation as it calls into question the validity of your ability to tell the truth. Question number 3. The record shows you had a recent vaccination for yellow fever. Where were you traveling that you needed a vaccination for yellow fever? This happened in one of my hearings. It was a Middle Eastern individual who basically was visiting family. Could have been Turkey, I think it was. But there's a lot of places that you have to get the vaccination, like Afghanistan, etc. Remember, in underdeveloped parts of the world, there are certain things you must do medically before visiting those areas. The judges can pick up on that from the medical record. And if they can't find records of your trip, like you actually traveling, but they can find records of your immunization, that is not, consistently needed with living in America, and maybe what's needed for your medical conditions, then that's going to give them a red flag and they're going to go ahead and ask about it. Next one. It shows here that you were explaining how your dog has hip issues and that you live alone. Can you explain to me, how do you take care of your dog? Number one, does your house have steps going in and out of it? Number two, the judge is hinting at if there is a ramp, maybe no steps in the backyard entrance, or perhaps you were lifting the dog in and out of the house. If you're the one lifting the dog in and out of the house and you've got all these musculoskeletal issues and problems yourself, then it calls into question the validity of your truthfulness. Number five, you indicated on your 3373 adult functional form that your girlfriend assists you with daily activities. And it appears your mental review record shows that you broke up with her 4 months prior to the completion of that 3373 form. So let me break it down for you. Shirley, thank you for the 99-cent donation. Very cool, very cool. Thank you. So basically, here's the deal. When you fill out a form and you say, my girlfriend takes care of me, but the problem is you filled out that form after you broke up with your girlfriend. Your girlfriend broke up over here. You fill out the form over here. Your life continues here. Here's what happens. And the judge will say, I took the liberty, right, of having a CDI unit investigate whether your ex-girlfriend still lives with you. And the report notes that she does not. So how does she still take care of you? So this is obviously a claim killer situation where it kills the truthfulness of your situation. It also shows that you just put down that person, you put down that somebody continues to take care of you even though they're no longer in your life. So some people, still take care of their disabled ex-partner, but most do not. So be careful with this situation, because the bottom line is that judges are using CDI units more and more. Based on things that they read in the record and that they're like, oh, this is a red flag. And so this is a situation where a lot of people would get away with something like that in the past, but in the future, they're not going to get away with that stuff. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, please remember to subscribe, click the all button. Also, if you want me to go ahead and run hearing questions with you, or you have a complex legal question, we do the lives Tuesday and Thursday, Facebook, Thursday, YouTube, where for about an hour-ish, I go live and just answer random callers that call in with a question. If it's something that's going to take me more than 5 minutes to answer, though, you've got to go ahead and use the secondary option, which is basically to do the 1 hour private session, where I basically get on the phone with you. We put you on my hearing calendar and you get 1 hour during that time. The little PDF, by the way, is in the bio section below. I added it because so many people were asking for it by email. Anyways, guys, the next video we're going to be going into is specifically, can disability judges use your social media websites, your social media profiles, to go ahead and collect information about you? Attorney Walter Hnot, I will catch you guys at the next video. Give me about 3 to 4 minutes and we will be rolling with that video. I will see you soon, and super thank you to our members for supporting the channel, and we will go from there. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.